Kids are 1 week old and it's time for an update. So the baby bunnies are 1 week old now. They have grown a lot since they were first born. Their eyes and ears are still shut, but they should open in a few days. They have most of their fur, and they are really big and they're sort of hard to hold whenever they wiggle around like this. So twice a day, every day, twice a day I do a baby bunny checkup in the morning and at night. So basically what I do is I take the bunny, pet it, and get it used to being held and loved and stuff. Then I flip it over and just mess around with his belly area, because whenever they're older you have to tell genders and all that, and that's sort of hard. And so it helps if they're used to being flipped over all the time, just throughout their life. So after I'm done holding the baby bunny, I put them in like a box like this, and there's a towel in here, and I just sort of fold them up in it, and then I move on to the next one until they're all checked up on and done. Rosemary has been doing an awesome job feeding her kits. Every one of them is full. These bunnies are 8 days old and they're really big. Some of them have started to open their eyes a tiny bit, but before they start opening their eyes, I'm going to clean out their entire nest box and spray their eyes with a little bit of colloidal silver just to prevent any nest box eye or any germs from getting into their newly opened eye. Now I've cleaned out the nest box and washed it thoroughly with water and sprayed it with a good dose of vinegar to make sure there are no germs that could infect the baby bunny's eyes. So in the baby bunny's old nest box, they had tons of paper shavings and fur and all this good stuff to keep them warm and cover them because they didn't have any fur. But now that their fur is mostly all the way grown in, they don't need to cuddle up in bedding anymore. In fact, they choose not to be covered in it, like they push it away from themselves and they're all just exposed in the bottom of the nest box. So I'm just going to put in some wood shavings, so if they want to snuggle in something they can, and it'll absorb all the pee and stuff, but they don't really need a ton of fluffy bedding to sleep in anymore. We're ready to put the baby bunnies in their nest box. So really quick, before I put the baby bunnies in their nest box, I'm going to check to see if any of their eyes have been open. They are 8 days old, and a lot of people say, they'll open their eyes on days 10 to 11 or something. But I found that with past does, their litters open their eyes on day 9, but these guys start on day 8 so far. So I have a bottle of colloidal silver to spray on their eyes. If any of them are open, they just sort of safe. When baby bunnies first open their eyes, they're especially susceptible to any germs that could get in their eyes, and they could get nest box eye, which is sort of like an eye infection, and it's hard to treat, and I just rather not deal with it. So just to be safe, I'm going to treat them a tiny bit now to prevent having to do more work in the future. Okay, let's see. So I'm gently going to pull their eyes open, like barely. See if they're open. This guy's eye is half open, and then this one is, let's see, this one is half open as well. So basically their eyes are sort of gummed shut with skin, and then this, I don't know, it's sort of strange. So I'm basically, all I'm gonna do is spray a few squirts around the eye. It's not getting in their eye, and then just wipe it around, and it doesn't hurt them at all. I mean, it's sort of weird having stuff sprayed on your eye, but it doesn't sting. And this will just help keep them, and this will just keep their eyes healthy. And they don't stay wet for very long either. baby bunny's eyes have been either all the way shut or half open, but this guy, his eye is all the way open. Can you guys see? And let's see. Will you open your eye for us, Papa? Open, open. Can you see that? It's open. Let's check his other side. Let's see. Is this side? Halfway open, so he can see now. Oh, I love it when their eyes first open. There's so much, I don't know, they just seem so much cuter with little eyes. It's so cute to see them exploring with their eyes half open. This one's eyes is all the way open too. One of them is. They've been fed this morning, but it's sort of late afternoon, early evening, so they haven't been fed tonight yet. And they get fed usually in the morning, and tomorrow morning they're going to get fed as soon as it gets light. And because I don't want to have to come and open and close this wire door like all the time, I've sort of rigged this barrier that sort of comes up to here so that they can't get out, but then Mama can still jump in and nurse them. And I've used it since the day they were born, and it seems to work very well. So I'm going to sort of put that in place. So I'm going to put that in place and then put them back with their mama. But I'll have to move them out of their cute little huddle. Okay, so my blockade consists of a purple plastic bowl and an old honey container and a hay feeder. Having a little less bedding in here is going to be great practice for them because in a few days, if they want, they can come out into the whole colony. So this will be good practice about walking around and using your eyes and stuff. It'll be good for them to practice in a safe, small environment.